How's it going, everybody? How you doing? How's your day been? My day's going pretty good. I've been working out in the garden, doing some yard stuff, enjoying some cooler weather in this midsummer hell. I got another stack of CDs to tell you about, since you guys love CDs as much as I do, I'm sure. What we're listening to today, Sorhin's Apocalyptic's Angel. If you like riffs, this thing's got riffs for fucking days. Yeah, I love this band. This was, I think, they did 2 full lengths. All their stuff is great. If you don't know Sorhin, check out Sorhin. I wish those guys were still around, or would have done more. Okay, so in the last video I did Aeternus, and I said I thought I had more Aeternus than I was seeing, and I do. This is And So the Night Became. This is their second full length, and it's really great. The one before it, I wish I still had it. I got rid of the copy that I had of it for some reason. But it's kind of like mid-paced, totally atmospheric Norwegian black metal. Really good band. I'm gonna flip my stack around here. Next, this is Afflicted the Prodigal Son. Really crazy band. It's kind of like technical prog death metal from the 90s. As you can tell, is kind of a growing theme here. 90s metal. Kind of my corner of the world I like to exist in. This was on Nuclear Blast in 92. I don't know a whole lot about this band, other than I love this album. I'd pull it out every couple of years or so. It's pretty good. Oh, too soon? I don't know. This band broke up maybe 2 weeks ago or so. Agalloch. This is this is the Mantle. As you can tell, I'm not all that familiar with this band. I've not always been that crazy about them. I like this one a lot more than this one. So this is Pale Folklore. This is the Mantle. As far as the United States post-black metal is concerned, I think these guys kind of started it off with a lot of harmonic guitars and maybe a little bit less satanic driven or like irreligious themes. But a few things just about them just kind of irk me. I think the vocals are kind of, I don't know, wishy-washy, or like the way he enunciates the lyrics just like takes me out of all of it. I like their last album pretty good. And I've met their drummer Aesop. He's a great dude. So I'm sorry to hear that they broke up, but I hope there aren't any tensions or friendships that were lost in the wake of that breakup. Next I've got Aghast. So this isn't really a metal album, but it's kind of got some metal ties. It came out on Cold Meat Industry in 94, I want to say. It's like a dark, ambient, ritualistic sort of record. Totally atmospheric. They say that the vocals on this were recorded using the microphone that Dead from Mayhem used. Little fun fact there. And also, this is a 2-piece band. 2 ladies were in the band, and one of them is Nebelhexa from... God, it's been a long... I can't think of what they were called. One of them is Samoth's wife, Samoth the Emperor, and the other one does... what is that? She's got her own project, some like pagan metal kind of stuff. Anyways, that's a really cool album. If you're looking for something like really broody, atmospheric, and dark, but nothing like all that noisy or harsh. It's just a haunting album. In the last video I talked about Acid Bath. This is what the singer Dax Riggs did after Acid Bath broke up. This is a band I'm kind of new to, and I haven't had this. I've had this CD for maybe a year or two. The first song on here, I think it's the first song on here, is amazing. It's really catchy. It just gets stuck in my head for days. I haven't really had a chance to spin this that many times since I bought it, but when I saw it, I just jumped on it because this one song, I think it's the first song on here, just floored me when I first heard it. It's called Mouth, the first song, if you maybe look it up on YouTube. So yeah, Agents of Oblivion's self-titled album. It's pretty good. I guess I would say it's kind of maybe a stoner rock, stoner metal kind of deal. This is a band, Agoraphobic Nosebleed. I used to be way into Pig Destroyer until... Now this is going to surprise a lot of people because everybody seems to love Prowler in the Yard, but that album just didn't do it for me like the rest of their other stuff did. So after I didn't really enjoy Prowler in the Yard that much, I picked up this one, Frozen Corpses Stuff with Dope. And it's funny, it's fun, it's kind of odd. It's a decent listen. But, you know, the days of me being interested in stuff like that are pretty far gone. But I had always heard that this one was pretty good. And I found it at a show. I think it was at an Anal Cunt show, actually, that I picked this up for $5 on key reduction. And I found this actually less fun than the other ones. So obviously I don't listen to that one very much. I could probably get rid of them if I ever felt like it. This album is a beast. This is Agony. The band's called Agony. Apocalyptic Dawning. Now, this is a Quebecois death metal band that I discovered a couple of years ago. Somebody had this blog on Last.fm that said, like, weird, ugly, underground death metal that no one knows about. So, like, I was intrigued, and I checked out all of them, and it was a really good resource for me. I found a couple of bands, and finally I found this for a decent price. I guess you could maybe say it's probably a little bit like Cryptopsy, minus the speed and minus the ridiculous vocals. But I just love the production on this record. It just sounds like if you could imagine taking a chainsaw through a pile of guts. It sounds like this. I love it. Great songwriting. The technicality is top notch, and it's pretty memorable. When I first got it from Discogs, it was like one of the first things I bought on Discogs. I didn't leave my CD player for like a month or so. The next thing I got here is Ahamkara, the Ember of the Stars. Now this was put out by Bindroom, who also has a channel on here called Marty Worm, and he does this. He talks about metal, and it's great. Marty's a good friend of mine. I wish I lived closer to him so I could see him more often, but he is the main reason that I'm doing this. So, hails to you, Marty, and hails for putting this out. This is a really cool side project from members of Woden's Throne. This is great. It sounds like, it reminds me totally of Emperor, maybe a little bit more compressed, streamlined, and symphonic than Emperor's stuff. And when I talk about Emperor, I don't mean the last two albums. I'm not really into the last two Emperor albums. I think this of them. But Anthems to the Welcome at Dusk is one of my favorite metal records in the world. So this reminds me of the good era of Emperor. Sadly, one of these guys passed away last year. I never really found out much about it. But yeah, this is a great EP. Binder and Productions put it out. I'm sure he's still got plenty of copies of it, but it's really cool. Check that out. And also, sadly, Woden's Throne broke up recently. Man. Here's a non-metal release. This band is called, I'll try to pronounce that, Aluchatistas is how I pronounce it. And On the Culture Industry. I just picked this up on OM a couple of years ago. It's like really insanely technical math rock, I guess you would say. It's instrumental. I guess it's kind of like maybe Lightning Bolt or Hella. Kind of jazzy, really strange stuff. Luchatistas. Here's a weird band. I feel like I'm zooming through this video. Oh, that riff is so good. Okay, this is a band who sucks at album covers, I gotta say. Aker Belts. I have 3 of their albums and 1 on LP. Just really raw, nasty, simplistic black metal. They kind of remind me of early Immortal. Maybe like if Immortal had put out an album between Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism and Pure Holocaust, it would be kind of like this. But it's a one-man band, really good. So I've got A Wave of Darkness, and I think that is my favorite one of these 3. And then we've got Tabelle de Fixonium. I don't remember much about that one. And Aker Hell. Look at that album cover. Yeah, come on. Anyway, this band's from Spain. I think they're still active. And I remember being in touch with this guy many years ago. And he also sent me a cassette of a side project that he did with his wife. In fact, I think his wife is on a couple of these records playing drums, but they did another project where they like switched instruments, and the wife wrote the songs and played guitar, and this guy played the drums, and this stuff is just unholy, nasty shit. Anyways, we've got Akercock, the Goat of Mendes. Now, I'm trying to think of where I first heard of this band. I really don't know, but I picked this up at Milwaukee Metal Fest, 99 probably, and this album fucking rules. I haven't really kept up with them like I ought to, because they're really good. I've downloaded probably all the other ones or so, and they're pretty good. I know people are starting to talk about them again a lot more because I think they're back together. So looking forward to hearing what they can do. They're just a really great just like the antithesis of black death metal. Now, this is another non-metal band. Try to pronounce this one. A la Mailman Vasari is how I say it. This is one of my favorite non-metal bands, but they're pretty heavy. They're kind of heavy. They're instrumental, and there's like a drummer, baritone saxophone, and like an alto saxophone player, cellist, and then a violinist, I want to say. But they play, I don't know, almost like, I don't know if you're familiar with the genre of music called Zool music. And what it is it's kind of known as bands that are disciples of this band called Magma, who are a French prog band from the 70s, who are kind of like, I don't know, Zappa, Beefheart, if you're familiar with that. And just everything underneath the umbrella of Zool rock sounds quite a bit like this. It's really like atonal, non-melodic, instrumental, progressive, just really strange music. And these guys are from Finland, and they're just really interesting. I love their riffing. Their cellist has like I think he has like a distortion pedal, and the distorted cellos sound like guitars quite a bit. So check out this, A la Mailman Vasari. The 2 albums that I recommend most, even though minus 1 or 2 records, all their stuff is really good. This one I like most. It's called Vasari Asia. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. Or Carmela Kunta. I'm saying that one right for sure. So check out A la Mailman Vasari if you're into something. If you're really interested in something kind of weird. I'm all hopped up on sugar. I just ate a bowl of ice cream. I'm gonna get back out into the yard and water some trees and put some mulch around some trees. Maybe even mow the grass. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Lifetime. This is Ben signing off.